See, the trouble with me is I can't spot bad people.
I was a sap.
I'm gullible.
You know, you lose trust in mankind.
Elder abuse is today where child abuse was a generation ago. Now, everyone knows that child abuse is not acceptable. A generation ago, that wasn't necessarily true.
No one would believe that anyone could cause harm to such a frail individual, and you find that the frailer the elder, the more likely the situation of abuse occurs.
Elder abuse is the mistreatment of somebody 60 or older here in the state of Connecticut. It may be physical, but abuse can be a lot more than that. It can be financial, it's emotional, it can be neglect. The job of the Center for Elder Abuse Prevention is to bring safety to someone's life, to provide that security and safety and dignity.
I was born next door, and I built the place.
What does it mean to have built something from scratch?
Oh, it makes you proud of it.
Bill had his son Michael move in with him to help with care. During that process, his son kind of reunited with an old friend. The son asked Bill, can she come and stay here for a little while? She had a boyfriend that she brought with her and kind of introduced to the mix. Here were people who were in need, who were in situations that weren't ideal, asking for help. And Bill was willing to do that. Bill got hospitalized, and while hospitalized, mail was continuing to be delivered. Credit card statements, bank statements, medical statements were still going to the home, and they were intercepting the mail.
Not being here, you can walk around any of his house, you can find their bank book, you can find their social security number. He stole a lot of beautiful crystalware in my living room that was full. Also, I had a beautiful lamp. It cost about $2,000. It was hanging in my living room. You can see the hooks are still up there. And then he took another beautiful lamp. It must have been 100 years old. They hocked it.
What do you think they did with the money?
On drugs. You'd be surprised at the good stuff that I had here. It broke my heart. If my wife, my deceased wife was alive, she'd go crazy.
They got in cash close to $10,000, $11,000. They really were looking at taking everything.
Connecticut, unfortunately, has the highest rate of elder abuse in the nation. It's always a surprise when we tell groups about that, but it shows a huge need for services.
Several years ago, we formed the Center for Elder Abuse Prevention because we knew at its core the ultimate mission, the reason the Jewish home exists, was to serve the frail elderly in our community.
When the Southwestern Connecticut Agency on Aging was approached with an opportunity to fund the elder abuse shelter, we knew that this was an investment that we wanted to make.
We partner with many, many community organizations to reach out, and in any setting, any place, any time, we will talk about elder abuse and help the community understand that it is a problem and it's a growing problem, and with the population aging, we need to pay attention to seniors that are in need because they're at risk in the environment in which they live.
I worked in Sikorsky aircraft, built helicopters. I know I had this dizzy feeling. I didn't know what it was. They told me I got Parkinson's.
We got a call from a home care nurse. She had gone to an education session that we had done in her company about a month before. Bob mentioned to her, you know, you've got to help me. I'm afraid for my life. She took that very seriously.
He was my downfall, you know. I should have never trusted him. I got two sides to him. One side is bad and the other side is bad.
In the beginning, the situation was that they were going to help each other out, that this younger person was going to be able to help Bob as his Parkinson's progressed. Bob would have the benefit of living with him and they'd be able to share expenses. Things just weren't quite right. He asked to get a joint account with him on his bank account, and it turned out he was taking money out for his own use, paying bad debts he had. In talking to Bob, I asked if he'd ever actually physically hit him or been aggressive. And he said no, but he was afraid for the second he was going to do it. He had sort of lunged at him and made threats to him. Around 5 o'clock, he was locking him in his room. It was to the point where he was afraid for his life. We said, when things get really bad again, what would you do? And he said, where would I go? We all worked together, and within hours, we were able to help him leave without this caregiver knowing where he was going. Sometimes we'll offer shelter to somebody and that's not the route they want to go. But really having that option of shelter has been huge.
The shelter, which is a shelter without walls, is a place that we can bring people to remove them from an unsafe environment and give them the chance to recover, to regroup, and to figure out what might be the next safe environment for them.
The job of the Center for Elder Abuse Prevention is to bring safety to someone's life, no matter what that may look like for them. We can't prevent every case, unfortunately, but when you have more people aware of the situation, that it even exists, we as a society will have people who know how to help. We have the power to do something about it.
Hey, Bunny.
Hey, Bob.
How you do? Oh. Bunny, she's good. She brings me down, get coffee, pushes me around, always trying to help me.
I met Bob, and for me it was a very special opportunity because I had a chance to watch him bloom.
When I think about what older adults deserve, I think about respect and dignity.
Right now I see Bill once a week. I go through his bills. We have conversations about phone calls that he may have gotten.
What's that one that you have? I'll hold this one.
He's got his pens and his paper and everything to organize his life, and he can do that again. He felt he didn't have any other choices, and part of what I feel has been a great success is giving him back those choices, giving him back that right.
People are so nice. We need help.